Girls Cafe. If you have not subscribed, please do like and subscribe. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a turkey chicken pot pie. You can use turkey, you can use chicken, you can use whatever type of meat you have left over from the holidays and vegetables. I'm also going to show you guys how to do a savory crust because there is a difference. So if you're interested in seeing how me, myself, and Bama Girl Cafe makes her homemade pot pie, then stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back. We're going to start off by making the crust for the turkey or chicken pot pie. You can use either turkey or chicken. You can use beef. You can use pork. Whatever meat you have left over for the holidays. Okay guys, so we're back with the turkey pot pie. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make the crust. This is a very easy recipe. You just use half butter and half shortening. Now, if you have any meat that is left over from the holidays, this is a good way to get rid of it. You can use beef, you can use pork, you can use chicken, or you can use turkey. I do not recommend using fish. That could get really funky. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in our butter. Then we're going to add in our shortening. And I like to use shortening when I do a savory recipe because it just tends to, taste a little bit better. And it helps the crust to be really flaky. It gives you that bite, a little bit more of a bite than the butter. Well, than all the butter recipe. I'm so tired, y'all. But we're going to get through this video tonight, no matter what it takes. So like I said, for this recipe, you use half butter, half shortening. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my sugar and my salt. And you just want to follow the same instructions as the other video. If you've seen it, you just want to keep using the dough cutter or the pastry blender to break the butter up in the flour. And you want to get it to the size of peas, the butter and the margarine. And remember, after you cut your butter and your margarine, stick it back in the not margarine, your butter and your shortening. I'm sorry. Stick it back in the refrigerator for about 5 or 10 minutes and it'll help it to firm back up because you want to make sure everything going into the pie crust is really cold. We're gonna make sure you get all the way down to the bottom of that bowl. This is an easy recipe that you can do ahead of time. You can also freeze it. Once you have the pie crust done, you can roll it out, fill it. Let your filling cool first. And then you can put your top layer on and wrap it in saran wrap and foil, and you can freeze it for about 2 weeks in the freezer. And then you can just cook it on one of those nights that you don't have time to make a big dinner. So this is a good meal to have on backup, especially if you work or you're a stay-at-home mom or dad and sometimes you just don't have time to prepare a meal. You can have this ready in the freezer to go. Now, when my grandmother used to make pies, she always used shortening. So I kind of deviated from what she used to do. But I like the shortening and butter mix, and then I like the all butter mix. I don't really care for the all shortening mix because it gets a little too heavy. Okay. So now we've gotten our dough cut in, with the butter cut into the dough. I'm sorry if I'm talking crazy, y'all. We're gonna put 2 tablespoons in, well 3 to start out, and we're just gonna start mixing it in. We're gonna add 2 more in. Okay, you just want to keep adding in water. And now we're going to start to mix it by hand. And we're going to add in another tablespoon. One more, probably need one more after this. Okay, now we're going to take the dough and halfen it. And roll it into a ball. You want to make sure these halves are equal, and I'm going to sit this one down on the counter, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll up the second one. Okay, so this one has a little bit extra on it. I'm just gonna put it on this one. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these in some saran wrap, and then we're gonna let them sit in the refrigerator for about 40 minutes. And remember to wrap them individually. Smush it out just a little bit so it's a lot easier to roll out, and just take the saran wrap and wrap it up. Wrap it up really good because you don't want any moisture to get to it. That's the top. And we're going to do the same thing for the bottom one. Gonna wrap that one up. And we're gonna get these in the refrigerator. Okay guys, so we are back and I'm going to show you how to prepare the vegetables to go into the pie. So first I want to start off by cutting up, this is about a 1/4 cup of onions. Y'all, I promise my knife skills are better than this. Right now I have on my acrylic over my nails because these are my real nails, and I'm going to go ahead and get them cut down. Now you just want to give this a bit of a rough chop. Onions make me cry. Got a lot of stuff going on this board. I'm glad y'all can't see my face right now, because my eyes is watering. Okay, we've got these onions chopped to a nice size. Ooh, child. That onion is fresh. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and dice up our bell pepper. And this is 1/4 cup too of bell pepper once it's chopped. Y'all, the tears is real after that onion, I'm trying to tell you. That sucker was fresh. Oh, Jesus. And I just like to use like whatever veggies I have in the house. I usually keep a lot of fresh vegetables in the house year round. I don't really do, well, I definitely don't do canned vegetables. And I rarely do frozen vegetables. And I use a lot of fresh herbs. It just makes everything taste better. And you don't have to use a lot of seasonings when you use a lot of fresh herbs. Cuts down on the amount of spices you actually have to use. Move those off to the side. Y'all, I'm still crying after that onion. Woo! It was strong. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my carrots. Get rid of the ends. Woohoo! Child, I'm over here crying like a newborn baby. That onion was no joke. And you just want to chop your carrots. And we're gonna go back and dice these up a little bit. Now I don't do peas. So I substitute, when I do a pie, I substitute green beans in place of the peas. I think that's what turns a lot of people off about pies because of the peas. I just don't do peas. Oh man. Y'all, my eyes is over here running like nobody's business. Like that onion was not playing with me. It was not my friend. And I let it cool in the refrigerator and everything. But that did not work. That mug just strong. Like a musty old man who ain't never used deodorant before in his life. I should have put a towel down on this cutting board, but I didn't. And I know better. And remember guys, I'm going to also put the measurements for everything in the description box, so don't worry about it. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging like that. Look at that. I done rubbed my face and got lipstick on my arm. Tragedy. These onions done messed my life force up. Y'all, I look so ugly right now. I got mascara running everywhere. I'm so glad y'all can't see my face. Okay, we're going to go ahead and chop up our herbs. We have some cilantro and some parsley. I just like to ball them all up. Just give it a bit of a rough chop. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that into the bowl. We're throwing everything in the bowl. Okay, so I've already washed the green beans. I'm just gonna take them and snap them in half. That's about that size, a little bit smaller if you like to. And if it's about this side, then just snap it into 3. I like my pie pie to be hearty, so I go all the way in with the veggies. Now remember that the onion and the bell pepper is going to cook. Now remember it may seem like a lot, but the vegetables are going to cook down a little bit once we saute them all in the pan. Okay, so that's enough green beans. And we're going to just chop up a celery stalk to go in there. We only need one. Okay, then we're just gonna give that a bit of a rough chop. Then we're gonna throw that in the bowl of magic. Then we're gonna chop up our mushrooms. Now when you clean your mushroom, make sure that you clean them really well. I always take a damp paper towel and clean over them, even if they have been cleaned, just to make sure that there's no extra dirt left on them. And we're going to use 2 nice sized mushrooms. Alright guys, so this is everything that is going to go into the pie pie, minus the chicken. So I'm going to get the chicken out and show you guys how I chop that up. Alright guys, so right now we're going to start just chopping up the chicken, and I like to use about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of chicken or turkey, whichever one you decide to use. Like I said, you could use like beef or pork, like pork roast or sirloin for your pot pie if you choose to. It all depends on what you have around the house and what you like to use. Sorry guys, that's my phone. That's my big sister calling me. I'll call her back as soon as I get the pie pie in the oven. First, let's focus on getting this chicken chopped up. Now I'm going to use white and dark meat. This is not going to be Marie Callister's chicken pie pie. This is gonna be like so tasty, old school tasty. Okay, chop a couple more pieces up to go in there. So it looks like I have some left over, so maybe I'll use that to make a sandwich with tomorrow. I think that's about 2 cups. I'll chop up a little bit more just to be safe. Okay, so now we have our chicken cut up, and we are going to get ready to start cooking the filling for the pie pie. Okay guys, so we are back. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to start cooking the veggies for the pie. Now what I like to do is add in olive oil. And that's about 2 tablespoons, and I like to let that heat up for a second. And you want a nice sized pot when you're doing this. Okay, so our olive oil is heated up. And you want to put your stove on about medium. And you just want to let all this kind of saute together for about 5 or I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. And you just want to keep stirring it around in the pot. Make sure the camera's on a good angle so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, that's better, guys. I'm going to turn it heat up a little bit. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and let my oven start to heat up. I'm going to put it on 365 and let it heat up, and then I'll take it back down to 350. Guys, if you could smell this, it is so, oh my god, it smells so good. I'm going to let that sit there for about a few minutes, and I'll come right back to show you what it looks like when it's ready for the chicken to go in. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and add in our chicken. And our chicken stock. Then we're going to add in a ½ cup of milk. Oops. And we're going to just let that continue to cook down. For about another 15 minutes. And then once we've let it cook down a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add, well no, we need to add in our flour now. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and add in the flour. And then we're going to let this cook down for about 15 minutes. And that flour is just going to tighten it up so you'll get that nice creamy consistency when you fill in the pie. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes on medium. And then we'll be back to filling the pie. So I'm gonna let this cook down. I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling out the pie crust. Okay, so now we've got everything added into the pot. And this is what it should look like. This is the consistency it should be. Now I did have to add about another half a cup of chicken stock because it got really thick. But this is the consistency it should be. So now we're going to go ahead and roll out our pie crust. And then we will be almost done. So I'll come back in the video and show you guys how to roll out the pie crust and how to fill the pie crust. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and roll out the bottom dough. Okay, and we're gonna just put a little bit of flour down on the counter and a little bit on the dough. Then we're gonna add a little bit to the rolling pin. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this video has been one of the hardest ones I've done. And I think for one, my camera is acting up. Two, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm kind of tired. But, you know, I was determined to get this video up for you guys today. And if you have any questions, you know, hit me up, leave a message. And I'm going to make sure that I put all the measurements and everything. You know, sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to. But you know, when I started this channel, sorry my camera keeps cutting off. Like I was saying, when I started this channel, I really sat down for a couple days and planned out a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I prayed about it. And I asked God to give me the strength to do what I needed to do to get the channel started. And you know, I know not all the videos are going to be perfect, but I'm going to do my best to give you guys the knowledge that I know and have. Okay, so this dough is a little sticky. My house is a little warm, but that's okay. We just gonna roll it up, and this is the bottom one, so it'll be okay. See, like this dough, Lord. Now see, when this happens, don't get upset. Just take it, put some more flour down, roll it back up into a ball, because this is not uncommon for dough to do this. And don't get frustrated. So you guys are seeing like what happens when dough goes wrong. Okay, we're gonna put down a little, spread that flour out, and we're gonna just do it again. You know, don't be afraid to make mistakes when you're cooking. You know, sometimes you have to start over, and that's okay. That's all a part of the learning process. Okay, see there? See how it rolled up just fine that time? It's okay if you make mistakes when you're cooking. Mistakes are going to happen. That's all a part of it. Just don't let it rattle you. That's it. Just don't let it rattle you. Okay. See, we got our pie crust in there. It's a little ugly, but you know it's in there. Okay. So now we're going to get our pie filling. Now that's a good filling. Alright guys, my camera is about to die, so I'm going to let it charge for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and roll out the second pie crust, the top for the top pie crust, and then I'm going to show you guys how to put that on. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and move the rest of this flour to the side. And if you guys are wondering what this is a bowl scraper. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and place the top on. And you want to tuck it down around the sides. Tuck it under. Like so. And you want to try to get both pieces of the crust and tuck under. Okay, so I'm going to get my pastry brush. And knock the excess flour off. Now everybody has their own way of tucking their pie crust. Okay, so I'm going to grab a fork. Let me grab one out of the dishwasher. And I'm just going to take it around the edges. Now remember to preheat your oven at 365 and then take it down to 350. And you're gonna let this bake for about 25 to 35 minutes, or until the crust is golden. Now we're just gonna we're gonna just use this fork and poke some holes in there. Don't forget to poke holes in your pie. It helps to release the steam, because if you don't, you will have a blowout. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of this egg wash and just brush it all over the top of the pie. Well, not the pie, the well, it is a pie, but the pot pie. And this is going to give it that golden brown color. Alright guys, so I'll be back to show you the end product. Hey guys, so we are back and the pie is done. Yes, yes honey, it is done. It smells so good up in here. And I'm about to break into this pie, y'all. We about to have a misunderstanding. The crust is so flaky and thick. Let me grab a spoon to get the rest of that out. I should have let it cool a little longer, but I couldn't wait. Woo. Look at that. Yes, now that is a pie, honey. With no regrets. Yes. I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hey guys, so I really enjoyed doing this tutorial today on the chicken pie. It was really fun. It's been a long time since I made one, and I have all of the corrections in the description box with the full recipe. So if you want to make the pie, I will have everything in detail in the description bar below. So if you have a recipe that you would like to see, please don't be afraid to leave a comment. Also, please like and subscribe my video. My channel is new and I'm so excited about it. I've been praying about it and trying to find ways to make this happen. And you know, I'm just so excited that it's, you know, my dream is finally coming to fruition, and God is really good to me. And I'm glad that He's allowing me to share my love and my gift with the world, or whoever watches my videos. I mean, if it helps one person, then I'm happy. But I hope that the videos will help many people. I guess that's all I have to say. I mean, I enjoyed doing the video. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And have a good evening, or morning, or night, whatever time it is. And just remember to always be kind, to be loving, to be generous, and to have an understanding and a forgiving heart. And that's it. Oh yeah, and remember, food is love. I love you and God loves you. Bye.